Marketing manager.
Yeah.
Good afternoon and welcome to Straight Talk. This is your Drive at 5 show. Catherine Tyson, your host. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. It is a beautiful Tuesday in the tropics, in the beautiful Cayman Islands. I feel blessed. It's a little wet outside. And you know, I think, 10 minutes ago it was shining sun. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that bad. Maybe about an hour ago it was shining sun. Let me tell you, this weather has got us on our toes. You know, you come out and you feel like it's shorts weather, and then you got to go get your umbrella. Quite interesting. But you know what? I am blessed, and I'm just happy to call this place home and to, be safe and sometimes leave my car unlocked. I mean, hello. Can you do that anywhere else in the world or a lot of different places in the world? I don't think so. So we have to count our blessings and stay blessed and stay thankful. Thank you all once again for joining this afternoon. Today is a Hot Topics Tuesday. You know, that's what we do on Tuesday. However, today I actually have some guests in the studio with me, and we're going to be chatting about a hot topic of their own that they came in to talk about. So I'll just go right ahead and introduce my guests for this afternoon. They are from the lovely credit union, and we have Miss Nancy Whitaker, who is the marketing manager, as well as Vito Welcome, he's going to tell me what he is, because I don't remember, and that's just the way it goes. Sorry. So Nancy, good afternoon, hello, and thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone.
And everybody who goes to the credit union knows Nancy. Nancy, you've been there quite a little bit.
Yes.
How long?
I've been with the union now for 20 years. So
what, 20 years
Yes.
has passed?
November 5th will be 20 years I've been there. So
Oh my.
started off as a teller, worked my way up, so now I'm in marketing. which I love very much.
Yeah, because I mean, I think the last time I saw you, which has been a while, you were signing off on stuff. So you've kind of gone through, the ranks there in a way, right?
Still signing off on stuff,
Okay.
but no longer in member services, even though my heart is still with them over there.
Okay.
So in marketing now, so doing a little bit of everything now.
Good stuff. All right. And Mr. Vito, you told service something. Tell me.
Hi, my name is Vito Welcome. I am the senior customer service new accounts officer.
Okay. All right. Then. And I know you have banking in your background as
Yes,
well.
I've had about 10 years of banking.
Yeah, I thought I saw you other places. You won't mention their names. But you've been at the credit union now how long?
October makes a year in 7 months.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. And I'm looking at your little face because I remember you from the time you were a little kid. There's all the beard now. So, yes, welcome. Thank you all so much for joining. So, today we are talking about International Credit Union Day. Yes? All right. So, tell us, Vito, what is International Credit Union Day?
International Credit Union Day has been celebrated on every Thursday. In October. It's been that way since 1948 and is designed to create awareness and celebrate the way a credit union improves the life of their members around the world. Come October 21st will mark 73rd anniversary of the International Credit Union Day. This year's theme is building finance to help build a brighter tomorrow.
All right, so building financial health for a brighter tomorrow. Yeah, I love that, right?
Oh, it's an amazing thing. We love it so much.
I love it.
Totally stands for who we are and what we're about.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, we talk a lot about health in terms of physical and, mental and all of that, but also health, financial health that can make or break your life.
Exactly.
If you don't have your finances in order.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that is something I think that credit unions all around the world have decided kind of to come together to help people with, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And the good thing about the International Credit Union Day is not just celebrated here in the Cayman Islands, it is celebrated globally.
Right.
We have, look at my little fancy numbers, there are 375 million credit union members globally.
That's a lot.
It is. It's huge. And I mean, Credit Union Day is celebrated everywhere. So it's not just here in Cayman where we take this one day to really celebrate what the credit union is all about
Right.
and what we achieve. It's celebrated everywhere.
Right. So I see 118 countries around the
Yes.
world. Wow.
Yes,
That's
I
a lot.
don't think we really, give the credit union the recognition for what they do globally. It is really a phenomenal organization. They
Yeah.
really do a lot of good for our members.
Yeah. Well, and that's good. I mean, that really, just from you're here to talk about International Credit Union Day, but just from a personal standpoint, I'm sure you can also appreciate some of the things that the credit union does, and you, Vito, being able to compare it to like a traditional bank.
There's so many different benefits with the credit union because the credit union it isn't a bank. It's a financial institution that operates on a not-for-profit basis.
Okay.
So there's no one person to say, "Oh, I own a credit union." It's shareholders and the members that own the credit union.
Right. Yeah. Because I think we get shares, like, and I say we because I'm a member, and I've been a member for quite a long time. And I think we get shares once a year, right?
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen at other banks.
Yeah, you get paid out your dividends based on your shares. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. There you go. Give me the right terminology. Whatever it is, if we show up for it.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. So then that's a perk, I would think.
Exactly. Yeah. And when you are a member of the credit union, you're a member, you're a part owner. So you are not considered a customer. You're not a client member. You're a part owner. You're my boss. At the end of the day, you all are entitled to one vote. You come to our AGM and you tell us, how we allocate our money, what we should do. And, so you're our bosses at the end of the day. So at the end of the year, yes, the more you save, the higher return you get in dividends.
There you go.
That's your shares. That's shareholder.
And regardless, even if you have a mortgage or you have a loan, you're still getting your shares because I think
Yes.
a part of your payments generally recognize that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might be getting ahead of myself, but I'm quite excited about some of the things that happen
Yeah.
here.
So a little later on, Vito's going to talk a little bit more about something special that we do for our members with loans. We're the only one on the island that actually does this. It's kind of fun and crazy. At first, you think, why would we do something like this?
Right.
But we do because we're awesome.
All right, because you are awesome. And when I joined, maybe 20 something years ago, when I joined, the number that I got was actually like the almost exact number that my grandmother's post office box was.
Really?
No, I'm not joking. And it was my great grandmother. And so, she's passed on.
Oh.
And so it was so special. Like, I'll never forget that number. And one day, listeners, I'll tell you it when you get ready to go deposit some money in the account for me.
Exactly.
That'll be a nice little Christmas gift.
Hey, just let us know you're coming so we can help skip the line.
Yeah, because you don't want them held up if
Exactly.
they're coming to give a gift. But I just thought that was so interesting because I really believe in things you just kind of line up, and I'm like, how did I end up getting this number? And it reminds me of my grandmother, and it reminds me going to the post office and opening that box. So that's quite interesting. That's a fun fact. Now, how will the credit union be celebrating this year, Nancy?
I am so excited
Tell
about
us.
this. So we will not be doing what we traditionally have done in the past. Traditionally, we've had this huge event out in the parking lot where literally thousands of people show up and, we give them food and all those fun things. Because of COVID, we're celebrating it a little bit differently. We don't want to contribute to the spread of COVID-19.
Right.
So we're having fun in a more virtual type of way. So some of the things that we're doing is quizzes. Now they are hot. I sent out one yesterday, and we had, I think, almost 1,400 members so far respond to these quizzes. So with all of our quizzes, you have an opportunity to win money. So yeah, I think today's quiz ended at 5 p.m.
Oh,
but we have another one coming up soon, guys. So
okay, so how do people get involved with the quiz thing, though?
So once you're a member of the credit union, we'll send you an email which has the link, and everything is housed on our website.
Okay, when did we get that? Because I don't remember getting this.
It came out.
And I get emails from the credit union all the time. Yeah.
It came out.
Yes.
Don't be leaving me out of the winning stuff.
Oh God, we have tons of opportunities.
Okay, good stuff.
So you'll have another quiz opportunity coming
up. All right, good.
So, but yes, that was the first quiz that we've done. And then we're also
doing prizes for that.
Oh yeah, cash. Yeah, we're all about the cash.
Nice.
That's so good. Yeah, we don't. It's all about money with us because
Yeah,
You work hard, you save hard, so
of course.
money.
Okay, good.
And we're doing this clothing drive. It's called Outfits for Opportunities. What we are trying to do is try to ask our members for clothing donations, business clothing for those persons that have been displaced that need some work clothing,
Right.
even if it's just some extra black pants or a work shirt. And we will donate it to various charities where they'll be able to give it to those persons that really need work attire
Okay,
to help them get help them with a job or,
Nice.
for even further their opportunities because clothing it is something that's really
yeah,
hard to come
especially
across.
professional attire. No,
Yeah.
absolutely, that's great. Now, Nancy, if you're willing to come and help me spring clean, I got a lot of stuff I could give you, but I'm just going to need the manpower.
Oh, we got plenty manpower. We got over 60-something manpower.
All right, there you go.
And
Okay.
then we also have a new membership drive. So for those of you who are not members of the credit union yet, this is your opportunity. Come and join this month because your name will be entered into win one of two drawings for $500. So
Wow, oh, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Before you get boom rush, in order to be legible,
Yeah,
Yes.
eligible,
Join.
please tell us. Yeah.
So-
to be eligible to join the credit union, you either have to be an employee of government, statutory of government, or a utility company.
Okay,
So Support Authority, Cayman Airways, those kind of companies, CUC, Water Authority, Cayman Water, Logic, C3,
well,
Flow,
okay,
Digicel,
all right,
um,
almost everybody.
Yeah.
Well, or is it still a
or-
family
yes,
member?
or-
Okay,
or you could join through immediate family member, so
okay,
spouse, parent, child, or sibling.
all right,
There's
Okay.
no more grandparents and great
Yeah.
and great uncles.
none of that?
But I can tell you, we
Nope,
do have
nope.
our, because at the end of the day, we're Caymanians, we know our people.
Yeah.
So if you don't have that immediate connection, we could probably even help you because, we
Yeah.
know your granny that lives down by the tree and
Right.
we know where his son worked, her son worked. Yeah.
Right,
So
exactly.
we can find that connection for you
Yeah.
at the end of the
So
day.
third cousin, fourth removed.
Make them come in, we'll find
Just come in, we'll
Yes.
figure it out.
We'll figure it out for you.
Exactly.
We don't want you to lose out on the benefit.
You see, I'm hearing a 20-year credit union employee versus a 1 year, 7 months. He's telling you who can. You're like, listen, just come on in. We're going to figure out a way to
Oh,
get
yeah.
you an account. You just listen up, Pito, okay?
Sorry, I'm on it.
It's for everybody, okay? And what else are you
And
doing?
so, for all of you guys that love taking selfies, definitely not me. I'm not a selfie type of person, but there's an opportunity on the 21st which is our International Credit Union Day. Pull out your credit union colors, red and blue. Take a selfie, tag the credit union into us on our social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, and we're all under Credit Union KY. Nice and easy, simple.
Okay.
So wear your blue and your yellow, take a selfie, tag us in, and you have an opportunity to win $500.
Okay, so it's blue and yellow.
Blue and yellow,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
And get a group of people together, take a bigger group selfie, and then you have an opportunity to win $750 there.
But it looks like you have to upload it to Facebook and Instagram and tag the credit union.
Yes, tag us in.
So there is that part there.
Yes, tag
Okay.
us in, which is Credit Union KY.
Okay.
Yes.
So how are you going to determine who wins?
Oh,
It's gonna be
gosh, It's gonna
something.
be hard. We want it to be fun and energetic because that's what the credit union is. We're not a stiff and boring organization.
Right.
We're fun, loving.
Yeah.
We're always cracking jokes. We work hard.
Yeah. Oh,
Don't
yeah, you
get
do.
me wrong. We work very hard,
Yeah.
but then we also enjoy a good hard laugh. So
Okay.
make it fun.
So there's going to be like a team of you that are going
Yes.
to determine the photos and stuff. Wow,
Yes.
that's going to be a tough job. It's
Exactly.
going to be fun, but it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
And also, you have a seminar?
Yes, we have a seminar on October 21st. We have two of them, one at 12:30 in the afternoon, and the second one will be at 5 p.m. So reserve your spot, log on to our website, and click on the International Credit Union Day banner, and it'll guide you to where the seminars are. So reserve your spot. You don't want to miss this opportunity because we're going to teach you about what the credit union difference is, and we'll even show you how you can literally save thousands of dollars
Wow.
with getting a mortgage through the credit union.
Sounds like I'm down with that.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I mean, I can rock with saving some thousands.
Of course.
Yeah.
All of us can,
And when I
right?
first
Yeah.
see the numbers, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Wow.
that much. It's thousands.
Good stuff. So everybody should just get involved with that. So you just have to register for it, or how do you?
Yes, so you can pre-register, or we will be putting it will be done through Zoom. So all of that information will be put on our website, so you can just easily click onto it.
Nice. All right, and that is going to be on the actual day itself,
Yes.
the 21st, which
The
is a
21st.
Thursday.
This Thursday.
All right, it's okay. So now, in terms of maybe youth and credit union young members and anything, what about them?
We would never forget about our young credit union
Right.
babies. So we do have a special competition going on right now where it is for our young members between the ages of 10 and 17, where you can write an essay, 500 words or less. Now, we know that you're not in school right now and you got plenty of time,
Lots
so
of time.
take a half hour away from the TV, and there's two topics. So you have two choices. You can either write on the first topic, which is why is the credit union special? And there is no right and no wrong answer for that one because it's all up to you. Why is it special to you?
Okay.
And the second one is how has the credit union helped your family?
Okay.
And if you participate into that, we have three prizes. First prize is $500 cash. Second prize is $250. And the third prize is $150.
Okay.
So if they're anything like my son, you can say that's a third of the way to some weird thing.
Right. Right.
He's
right.
gonna kill me for not saying it properly.
Yeah, and so this they can also how to find out about this is going on the website as well.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right.
And ask your mom and your dad and your aunt and your uncle and your next door neighbor. I mean, we have over 16,000 members. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Ask
when
around.
so when is like the deadline for this? It has to be in by that day.
Yes, no, actually the deadline is the 22nd of October
Okay.
at 11:59 p.m. So if you don't have access to a email, you can just ask your mom or dad to send it off to marketing
Okay.
at cicsacu.com.ky. It's kind of long, but yeah, just to click on our website and all that information is there.
Okay. Cool. And so that is for any young member or is an actual member of the credit union.
For any member between the ages of 10 and 17.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So if you become a member this week, you could still submit your entry.
Okay, all right. And now we want to talk about how easy it is to become a member.
Yes.
Because sometimes, the paperwork and the requirements and all that stuff kind of deters people. Obviously, any bank is going to have this, right? And
Yeah.
some of them are even more of a nightmare than others. So don't, if you felt it, well, deal with it.
Yeah.
Fix it, right? But tell us about the credit union in terms of, what is the difference? Feature.
Well, again, with the credit union, like I mentioned earlier on, there is no one. So all of the members are owners. So that means they could come out and vote at the AGM. Each vote counts. Um, you get the opportunity. We have profits and returns to all members by high saving rate and dividends. Spoke a bit about that again.
Right, right.
Again, we have low fees.
And when we say low fees, I mean we are low. We're lower than any other institution on the island.
And what do you mean, like, what fees are you talking about that are low?
Yeah. At the moment, we have, like, for instance, up to 95%
Fees.
for fees.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I can tell you this: fees are only attached to your account if you require like a service or a product or something.
Right.
Now, let's just say we do have like a dormant account fee. If you keep your account active, have a deduction go into your account on a monthly basis, or go to our ATM and deposit funds, then your account won't go dormant. So if you don't go dormant, you're not charged that dormant account fee.
Yeah.
So a lot of our fees are like that. We also have a non-compliance fee. If your account's not up to date, you don't have your IDs, your correct utility bills, and all that stuff on file, then you're charged a non-compliant fee. So a lot of our fees are member induced. So it's not like we're just charging you for the sake of charging. No, that's
Oh,
not who we
okay.
are.
Okay,
Yeah.
now let me ask you, in terms of the dormant, because I was in the line the other day, because I'd be surprised how fast 6 months goes.
Yeah.
And I'm, because I don't like the lines and all that stuff. So I was in the line and I was reading what an inactive account means and what a dormant account means. What is the time frame, just for the listeners, if they happen to have accounts at credit union and they're like myself, they're not, in the line or doing the ATMs, too eagerly because we're trying to save it.
Yeah.
What are those time frames?
So accounts will go inactive after 3 months of no activity.
Okay.
And no, 6 months of
6
no
months, that
activity.
one's 6 months.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm sorry. It's been a long day.
Yeah.
So after 6 months of no activity, your account will go inactive.
Okay.
And after 12 months of no activity, it will go dormant.
Okay.
And then
Yes.
the fees will start to drop.
Right,
Yes.
right. Okay. All right. So 6 months, 12 months. Okay.
Yes.
Good to know. Yeah. Okay. So just to let you guys know, we're talking to the credit union, and what's your official name?
My name is Nancy Whitaker, and I
No,
am
the credit union.
Oh, we are the Cayman Islands Civil Service Cooperative Credit Union.
Right. I knew it was a long name. Just wanted to make sure of that. And you are
Yes.
Nancy Whitaker, the
Yeah.
marketing manager. Vito Welcome, who is the new account senior
Account support
officer. Yeah. And so all of this stuff can be found on your website. So what's your website? Remind the listeners.
Yeah, you can get it.
So it's CICSA-creditunion.org.
Okay. All right. And they can go on there and find all this fun stuff that you're talking about.
Yep. So as soon as you pull up our website, you'll see our pretty international credit union day flyer with a pretty old sunshine and a couple flowers. You just click on that and it'll bring you straight to the event page where everything is listed. So definitely, don't lose out on the opportunity. It's a lot of fun.
Wow.
Even though it's virtual, it's not in person anymore. There is a lot of fun.
All right, good stuff. Now, Vito, looks like you've got some more stuff to tell us there. So,
yeah, so I'm going to give you a bit more of benefits. That
all right, okay.
Especially on our loans, have up to 95% financing for mortgages and construction loans, up to 100% financing for land loans, no legal fees, no stamp duty and registration charge, no commitment fees, fixed rates, terms up to 35 years, and interest rebate. So you get back cash. That was one of the great surprises.
Yeah.
You get back up to 3% of the interest rate on your mortgage.
Okay.
Any loan facility with a credit union, once you pay it back on time before the due date, over the process of a year, then you're eligible for up to 3% of the interest.
Oh.
Pay back.
Yep. So think about it. I mean, you just think about the whole credit union difference. It's up to 95% financing. A lot of our members come in to get a mortgage and they don't even need to have a down payment.
Right.
So it's nothing down. You walk in as a dreamer. I want this home, I want this condo, or I want this investment, whatever it is that you want. And they may not even need anything down. And talking about all of those, no legal fees, no stamp duty on the registration, no commitment fees, just to kind of give you a little bit of an insight where we calculated it. This is where Vito and I were like, wow. When we did the comparison for a mortgage of $500,000, which we sat down, and I don't like to admit it, but that seems to be like the going rate for properties now, for condos and homes.
Sadly, or in some cases, I guess, luckily, if you're a seller right now.
Exactly. So for a mortgage of $500,000, by coming to the credit union, you would actually save over $15,000.
Wow.
Yeah, that's $15,000 in your pocket.
Wow.
That can help you pay for furniture.
Yeah.
When you do open up, you can go away on a vacation, or pay for your home insurance, whatever it is, or just keep your savings for that rainy day. So $15,000 is a lot of money to save.
Right. Or $15,000 that you didn't have to come up with.
Exactly.
In some cases.
Yes, because that's one of the
making
things.
it more affordable for you to actually purchase.
Yes. So your dreams are achievable at the credit union. So you may not. I know it's hard. We know that it's hard. Nobody has $15,000 put aside really and truly for down payment. So if you're looking for that home, your dream property, definitely come check us out because it's a possibility. You may not even need nothing down.
All right. I think we should keep you, Nancy. I think today you proved that. You look like you got about 40 years left in you. You have not aged a day, you know.
Really?
Not a second. Not even a second.
You should have seen me last week before I colored my hair. The grays were like up to here.
Oh,
It's premature. We'll call it premature. Gray. Got a little comment here. Good evening. We can't talk Cayman Islands Credit Union without mentioning the names of the late Mr. Kirkland Nixon and Mrs. Delapena. Keep up the great work. And that's from Quincy Brown. So I just wanted to say that. Thank you, Quincy. You can call us too if you wanted to talk about that. 943-3700. That's awesome. I just wanted to read that comment there because people are listening, and obviously they're talking about the people that were a part of the kind of putting this together and all the history stuff.
Exactly.
Which is important.
It is so important, and I mean that's where the credit union, we started from such humble beginnings. I mean, we started off with 7 members putting $5 a piece in. Wow. So we will never ever forget our founding members.
Yes.
So.
All right. So Nancy, for 47 years, the credit union has been a pillar of community commitment. Provide us with some examples that demonstrate the community commitment.
So the credit union, we're all about community. That's who we are. That's what we're about. So here's just a couple of examples. There's so many different things that we've done throughout the year. I can't even pinpoint all of them. So one of the things that we've done is our Rupert Mccoy Memorial Educational Grant. So Mr. Rupert, he was such an awesome, I loved him. He was like my credit union grandfather.
Yeah.
He was, he went into the government and he educated so many people about what the credit union difference was from way back when. So when he passed, we named our educational grant program after him.
Oh, how nice.
So this year in August, we gave $200,000 to 167 students. So
wow.
That helped students go tertiary education to get their A levels, whatever, or even a certificate program.
That's nice. That's great. Yeah.
And then we also have our financial literacy program that we did for our young students. So in April, we went off to the schools and we taught different classes about the whole save, spend, and share method. So we spoke to them about little jars and putting money aside for saving, spending, and sharing, because it's so important that we teach our young about proper saving habits from a young age.
Of course.
And I mean, of course, we've also financially supported a number of different charities throughout the year. And we're not just about giving money, we're also about giving our time. So we will also volunteer for different events and stuff because, that's just who we are. And other charities, like we did a drive back earlier on this year for the Women's Resource Center, where we asked our members to come in, because that's who we are, members helping members. So they brought in dishes and clothing and sheets and drapes, all these things that these ladies will need to actually rebuild their lives, and we donated them to the Women's Resource Center. And we also do the Children's Festival of the Arts. We provide sponsorship for that as well. So we're all about members helping members.
That's good. Great stuff. And so you have a call to action this afternoon. What is that?
Yes, we want all of our members to actually have fun, participate, join in. When you see your quizzes coming in, jump at it, do a little bit of research. All of our information is either on our social media pages or on our website, or you'll probably hear us preaching the same thing over and over and over again. So yes, have fun, participate in the different events that we have going on. And if you are not a member, there's no better time to join up. This is your opportunity to win one of 2 $500 prizes. I mean, we all want that extra cash.
Sounds good. It sounds really good.
So many benefits of being a member of the credit union. I mean, I've been with them, or working with them for 20 years, and I can tell you, I have everything there. I got all my savings, all my loans, I got everything. So, yes, it's a great place to be.
Well,
not just as a customer, but, not as an employee, just as a customer as well,
Yeah.
or member as well.
No, that's good. Good stuff. And so just to remind everybody, the listeners, it is October the 21st. That is going to be International Credit Union Day. You have quizzes going on that's coming to your email. Hopefully mine is going to be there when I get home or something. Don't miss me. And, just get involved with everything. So go onto the website. Remind us again of the website.
Credit Union, so it's CICSA-creditunion.org.
Okay.
Or just Google
That's what I
Cayman
do.
Islands Credit
That's
Union.
all
is
I
the
do.
first
That's it.
one.
Comes right up.
If you
That's
can't
what I
remember
do.
that,
That's it.
it's Cayman Islands
Exactly.
Credit Union on Google, and they'll come right up.
All right, and the outfits for opportunities, remind them again how they can do that.
So they can drop off their clothing at the credit union Monday to Friday between the hours of 9 to 5. And we have some buckets on the outside, so they can just drop them off in there and we protect them. And then at the end of the week, we will do a donation on behalf of the credit union membership.
All right, and whoever opens an account in the next in this month, will be eligible to win one of two $500 share certificates.
Yes, so
So we're giving away $500.
So if you've been thinking about it, joining the credit union, this would be a good time.
of course.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
And the selfie.
Yes.
Show your credit union colors.
So have fun on Thursday, the 21st. Make sure you wear your blue and yellow and take a selfie. Tag the credit union into the photo, and then have fun.
So take the selfie, upload it on Facebook and Instagram, and tag credit union. All right. So, yes, and check out the financial seminar, which will also be on the 21st. It'll be 12:30 and 5 o'clock.
Yes.
So go on to the website and check that out. I think I'm going to check that out for sure. So anything you can learn about how to save thousands, how to take care of your dollars. I mean, we have to be really very meticulous these days because life is everything is getting a little more scarce.
Exactly.
Right? So you want to honor that, right?
Yep.
And take care of your financial wealth. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. Excited to share this. Love the credit union. It's been a part of my life for quite some time, and it's helped me get through some times in my life. And I think that this is a really great thing. And you are for us. You're for the community, and we're all one big family. I think credit union family.
We are. Yep.
And thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon as well. We're going to take a quick break, but that was Nancy Whitaker from the Credit Union Marketing Manager, as well as Beto Welcome, who is the Senior
Service Support of New Accounts.
Senior Service Support of New Accounts. All right, and thank you all so much. So we will be checking out the website and seeing what you have for us.
Sounds good.
All right, you guys stay tuned. We'll be back right after these messages. in studio now by myself, so I'm looking for your calls 943-3700. Would love to hear from you this afternoon because when I'm flying solo, it's nice to have some company. Lots of things going on. Like I said, it was so sunny and then it was raining and it was just what a day. Anyway, some community events going to be talking about a little bit that we have going on out there. You definitely want to get involved with Shoppers Night Out. That is on the 21st. It will be an International Credit Union Day. Okay, so go on to the Credit Union website and check out whatever it is that's going on this month. Sounds like some good stuff. I'm quite interested in checking out some of those things because hey, if you win some money, why not do that, right? So go ahead and do that. But there's a Shoppers Night Out. It's at Canada Bay. Nice time to just get out and about. Beautiful setting, beautiful Cayman, enjoy the tropics, right? It is it's popular annual shopping event. It's on Thursday, the 21st of October. It's a night of super specials from the shops that can be from 5 to 8, as well as a chance to enter to win a slew of prizes in the evening's raffle. Shoppers can get ready to check their Christmas list off early. In light of the COVID-19 regulations, shops will require customers to wear masks and respect social distancing guidelines, which is happening anyway, so that's not a big deal, so don't get worried about that. Also, the Monty Thornton exhibition on October 22nd, lifelong artist Monty Thornton's exhibition, Smooth Sailing, will be open to the public from October 22nd to November 26th at the Cayman Islands Seafarers Hall. I'm going to check that out for real. It's in addition to the work being featured in the hall itself, there are large murals outside that Thornton has collaborated on. The artist is hosting an opening reception from 5 to 7 on Friday, October the 22nd at Cayman Islands Seafarers Hall in Prospect. Admission is free and complimentary drinks and canapes will be served. Okay, so that's October 22nd. That it will be the opening reception, but the display, the exhibit will go on until November 26th. So go on and support that. That's just, hey, it sounds exciting, sounds nice. Also, Brenda Tibbetts Lund Memorial Walk or Run from 29th to 31st of October. The Lions Club of Tropical Gardens has switched its in-person Brenda Tibbetts Lund Memorial Walk Run to a virtual walk run spread over 3 days at the end of the month. Due to the current COVID-19 restrictions, participants are asked to walk alone with family members or with their usual walking or running groups on the 29th, 30th, or 31st of October 2021. Runners and walkers can do a 5K or a 10K on any day over that period. Everyone who registers will be eligible to enter into the drawing for random prizes. Registration for the event continues at the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens Pink Shop located at 522 Shedden Road, across from the Mango Tree Restaurant parking lot, on www.eventpro.ky and www.caymanactive.com. All funds raised from this project will help to pay for mammogram screenings to aid in the early detection of breast cancer in women. Can you imagine? That you gotta walk by yourself or with your family. So it's gonna be about integrity too. So I mean, I personally would have to have somebody that's, dragging me and let's go, let's do it, because that's not like my normal thing. But it's such a challenge. I love challenges and I love being able to live up to challenges. So yes, get involved with that. I think that is awesome. Okay, so remember that on the 29th, the 30th, and the 31st, you're encouraged to walk alone or with family members or with usual running or walking groups. And go ahead and register for that. And you're able to win some prizes. I'm sorry. School is out. Did you guys know school was out? Yeah, I heard. I don't have, young children in school. So forgive me, all right, for not knowing it. How I knew was the roads were clear this week. For real, traffic was not what it normally is. And so I was thinking, that's what's going on. Okay, so it was school. Okay, so school actually is out and it will be out until the 25th of October. The government schools across Grand Cayman began the midterm break early as the number of students testing positive for COVID-19 and the number of staff in isolation, uh, was continuing to rise. So John Gray and Clifton Hunter closed from Thursday, the 7th of October, according to the Ministry of Education. Primary schools on Grand Cayman closed on Monday, the 11th of October. And so over the past few weeks, a growing number of teachers have been required by public health to isolate. In fact, the teaching staff at John Gray and Clifton Hunter has now been reduced by 16 persons for one reason or another. By closing schools a few days earlier than initially scheduled, they hope to reduce the risk of schools having insufficient staff to function effectively. And this was said by Education Minister Juliana O'Connor Connolly in a statement announcing the changes. Midterm breaks for the school was originally scheduled for the 14th of October, meaning that high school students will miss an additional 5 days of school, and primary school students will be 3 days. They'll return, as I said earlier, on Monday, October 25th. The start date for midterm break for schools in the Sister Islands remains unchanged, and it would have begun on the 14th of October. The announcement came hours after Public Health announced a further, uh, you know, eight school children were tested positive for COVID-19. The 8 positive students were among 9 new community COVID-19 cases. One of the students was from Red Bay, and the other from John Gray and Clifton Hunter. And also cases have been confirmed in Georgetown Primary, First Baptist, Prospect Primary, Triple C, Cayman Academy, as well as 2 preschools. All right, O'Connor Connolly acknowledged in the statement the announcement was likely to inconvenience parents. Yeah, I think so. And for that, she apologized. Your understanding at this time is greatly appreciated. Director of Education Services, Mark Ray, on Wednesday's episode of the Compass Weekly Talk Show, The Rush Hour, discussed the protocols that were implemented for schools impacted by cases and steps that were taken to ensure students do not fall behind, which is good. That's always my concern. What's happening with all of this missing of school? Are they missing their work? How are we making sure that doesn't happen as best we can, because that's going to be another pandemic within itself. Dr. John Lee welcomed this early school closure, saying this course of action will certainly reduce the likely spread of the COVID-19 virus among our children, many of whom are unvaccinated, and lessen the need for in-school testing. All right, Dr. Lee reminded those with symptoms of concern to contact their usual healthcare provider or call the flu hotline. All right, I mean, clearly what's happening is that COVID's in the community, and we're getting through it. We're gonna get through it. Yep, that's it. That's my words. I'm sticking to it. All right. Okay. So, Premier, border reopening date to be announced. Ripped from the headlines is what I'll call that. An announcement on a border reopening date is expected next week. Yes. Okay. So, expecting that now. Let's see. He said a month's notice would be given to the public regarding the reopening date on 14th of October. He said the government will hold a press conference next week to provide specific information around the reopening date. Governor Martin Rupert, noting Cayman's high vaccination rate, said if Cayman can't open up, nobody can. You heard? Now that was the word. We'll repeat that. Governor Martin Rupert, noting Cayman's high vaccination rate, said if Cayman can't open up, nobody can. Yes, okay. At the briefing, Premier Panton also announced that Cayman's government is launching rapid lateral flow COVID-19 tests among a group of families in isolation following outbreaks of the virus at local schools. Panton said the first order of the tests had arrived, and a portion of them would be used in the pilot program, which involves families with school children in quarantine. He said a medical team would be setting up the small pilot scheme this weekend for families in quarantine due to exposure to positive students at schools, but who do not have confirmed positive cases in their household. They'll be allowed to come into a testing center where lateral flow tests will be conducted. There will be a demonstration as to how to utilize those, and if they're negative, they'll be free to leave quarantine. Oh, look at that. Yeah, some good ideas coming through. Good stuff. All right. The families will be giving a sufficient number of test kits for daily tests until the end of the intended quarantine period, and they'll be required to report the results to public health, Panton added. I want to emphasize this is a pilot which will allow us to evaluate how the lateral flow tests are being utilized and reported on more, and more importantly, will bring much needed relief for some of our families of students who have been impacted. All right, describing the availability of lateral flow tests as a game changer, he said their use would reduce the significant inconvenience being experienced by families in quarantine because of the local outbreaks. After the briefing, Dr. John Lees, the chief medical officer, current chief medical officer, demonstrated the use of lateral flow tests with the help of the press conference moderator, Donna Bush, who was tested live on air. Her results were negative. Well, thankfully for that, because that would have been something. That would have been interesting. Panton said lateral flow tests would be available to people in quarantine for free. And that's the one thing I think we have to appreciate here for sure, is all of the testing that's for free. And these tests are not cheap. So we definitely appreciate that. Cayman was on the cusp of reaching its 80% vaccination target. As of October 14th, 75% of the population was fully vaccinated. 78% have received the first dose. Lee at the briefing noted that the latest test results showed that there were 12 new community cases, 4 of which were children, some of the adults not connected to school outbreaks. And there had been now a total of 188 positive cases in the community since early September, which he said was a 0.26% prevalence of the positive rate out of the 25,203 COVID tests that had been carried out. All right, so 188 out of 25,000. That's pretty good. Those are some pretty good rates, I think. He also announced that from Thursday, booster shots will be available to anyone over the age of 60 for those who are available or who are unable to travel to get their vaccines. Public health staff can visit them in their homes and administer the vaccines. The premier also announced that next week the government will change the regulations relating to securely verified vaccinations. Currently, people with QR codes showing they have been vaccinated by specific organizations are allowed to quarantine for 7 days. All others without securely verified vaccines currently must isolate for 10 days. He said the government had agreed that all Caymanians and returning residents who have been vaccinated overseas can quarantine for the shorter period, regardless of whether they have had a securely verified vaccine. This change would enable overseas students to more easily return to Cayman during college or school breaks over Thanksgiving or Christmas. Panton said, this change is the first in a series of changes that we will be implementing, and we will have more to say about this in subsequent press briefings, all right? Okay, plans to abolish the verifiable vaccine requirement had been indicated by Tourism Minister Kenneth Bryan. So lots of changes coming through that you might be happy about, listeners. All right, help for quarantining families. The premier admitted that the government had dropped the ball in regard to communicating with and assisting families who suddenly found themselves in quarantine when cases of the virus were found in local schools, and he apologized to them. In a bid to address some of the needs of those in quarantine, Health Minister Sabrina Turner announced that the government would assist people who require groceries while in isolation. She advised people to call the Health Services Authority flu hotline to request grocery assistance. Contact the hotline. She gave out a number, 947-3077. All right, so yeah, apologizing for dropping the ball. That's nice. But, you know, we got to be anticipating certain things, and we're putting certain things in place for sure, right? And so maybe the the ministers or minister or the people that are working in the areas of family services or something. We should be the ones kind of alerted to what will we do in these cases, and then give out the information before to the families that are being affected. It's because that would be a little careless, right? I mean, and even if you didn't mean to do it, it's like I didn't mean to run over your foot. My foot was run over, so it hurt. I didn't mean it, but it hurt. So yeah, so instead, like, let me drive this way. Let me make sure, look out, see if somebody's foot's there. That's all I'm saying. Makes sense to me, right? But that, sometimes what makes sense doesn't make sense. But yeah, so good on you, yeah, for recognizing it and trying to fix it. Turner said those manning the hotlines would pass details on to the Red Cross, whose volunteers would make the grocery deliveries. She added that hazard management, Cayman Islands, and Foster Supermarket were also part of the initiative. What she described as standard grocery packs would be delivered to those in quarantine, and other items like diapers or adult sanitation products could also be requested. I mean, because really, if you're telling people, look, you're in quarantine for 10 days or 14 days, obviously it needs supplies. I mean, that's not fair. Like, I know, because I know a family that was quarantined. It was 3 children, a mother, and a father. It was 5 people, like, just shut down. That was it, because they had come in contact with some clinic at the HSA. The next thing you know, they were shut down, couldn't go to work, couldn't do anything, kids couldn't go to school. Yeah, that's pretty serious. So we're going to be making, and I'm just saying, going forward, right? If you're going to be making decisions about certain things, like, all in hindsight, we see it, but like, you're going to have to, hey, if you're in charge, you got to think about everybody. Think about all these things before you just kind of make these decisions. For people who need proof that they're in quarantine, for an employer or for a utility company, they can email quarantine@hsa.ky, or also call the flu hotline to coordinate this. Supply them with a letter for this purpose. Turner said. She also said that additional members had been added to the public health call center to deal with the calls. Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Samuel Williams Rodriguez, said a total of 30 additional staff were working at the call center, and more had been added to assist with swabbing and testing. All right, so it's going to be a pretty busy situation. Okay, I think, right, let's start paying attention, to the kind of results, the things that's happening as a result of the new cases. Let's pay attention to that, okay? Instead of being frantic, let's pay attention to what's really happening, because I know fear can be a debilitating thing. I talk about that all the time. The fear of something, uh, thinking something's going to happen, can have you so anxious and stressed that you could drop down. Like, literally, you could end up, having a heart attack, having a stroke, affecting your health, and that thing just never happened. It was the thought of this thing happening. So seeing the proof, like, let's start engaging our brain right now. You know, we are now, we're almost, what are we, 2 3 we're 5 months away from 2 years when the pandemic started. We're gonna have to start thinking, right? We're gonna have to start looking around, like, this. I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and she was just like, oh, well, I can't even tell people my vaccination status, because it's like, it's cut my whole group in half. Like, we're all fighting and no one wants to talk to me. Yeah, let's stop that. Could we not do that? I don't know. Anyway, mandatory vaccination laws enacted. The last week, the government passed 2 bills mandating COVID-19 vaccination for certain categories of non-Caymanians and Cayman, the Immigration Transition Amendment Act. A couple of comments I'm reading, and it's very interesting. So one of the comments is, I'm vaccinated, but I'm not interested in forcing people to do what I did just because I want to force them to do that. It's just a simple comment, but it's great. And another comment is, everybody needs to be vaccinated to protect each other from everyone. Okay, great, true. So there's kind of two sides of the coin when you're really looking at stuff like that. So interesting. But the vaccination laws have been enacted. They've been kind of passed now, and government did not immediately have on hand the number of work permit holders of command who were vaccinated, but said that data was being collated. All right. It's essential we get the management of COVID-19 in the community properly functioning for our resident population first, and we can wisely and safely welcome visitors back to our shores and ensure our systems are tested and fully proven in the event our guests require isolation or quarantine. But the public will have a month's notice. Okay. All right. We're going to be believing in you, trusting in you, and know you got together. All right. Okay. So there you go. Hot Topics Tuesday. I come to the end of my run. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I found this little thing on on uh, on the internet, and I thought read it. Benefits of self-confidence. I'm going to end it with that today. Uh, Confidence is a state of feeling certain about the truth of something or feeling of self-assurance arising from one's appreciation of one's abilities or qualities. Benefits of self-confidence: you perform better, you no longer waste your time or energy thinking you aren't good or you don't have good energy. You put your energy into your efforts and not your failures. You believe in what you know, not what you're thinking, but what you actually know. So proof allows you to perform better and allows you to have confidence, because when you have proof, you don't have to question anything. Healthy relationship is another benefit of self-confidence. Being confident will allow you to have a healthy relationship with yourself, and this will spill over to others. Being open to trying new things, that's another thing that you get from that. When you believe in yourself, you become more open to trying new things and putting yourself out there. You become resilient. Resilience is so important to us as individuals, as groups, the entire community, the world. When you have that confidence, you learn to be resilient. Bouncing back, see the bouncing back that's happening around us, becomes much easier. You find yourself getting up and getting back up, even when you're knocked down, with a different attitude, an attitude that I can do this and I will prevail. And you stop comparing yourself to others when you have confidence. All right. This unhealthy practice will no longer be a part of your practice. You'll start walking in strength and success. And this comes with practicing gratitude every day. Practice gratitude. Get up every day and find something to be grateful about. You take your eyes off of others, you discover a new you, and you're able to be thankful for who you are. Be at peace with who you are, and don't worry about what you think of you. Stop trying to fit in. It's exhausting. It causes anxiety. And just be clear of your mind and be comfortable with you and stay thankful. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. I will chat with you tomorrow. It will be Wellness Wednesday in the studios at Straight Talk. This is your Drive with 5 show, Captain Tyson Rose. Have a great evening. A lot. A lot. A lot.